Welcome to another day in the Matrix. Waters above crypto. We had a very mixed market over the weekend during the Saturday Night Live Blue Pill. Lots of Elon worshippers tuned in and loaned him their consciousness for the night in hopes that he'll pump their bags. Didn't work out so well. Anyways, now we're back here to start another trading week in the Matrix. And of course, I'll be here to give you the daily red pill. So if you're new here, we do cryptocurrency technical analysis and combine it with the esoteric science of Gematria Numerology and Astrology to understand these markets. If you haven't already subscribed and you like what we're doing here, feel free to subscribe. Give this video a like and share this channel with other conscious people to help grow this community. And for those of you who want to learn how to do technical analysis and combine it with Gematria, you can join the Mastermind course. There's a promo code in the pinned comment below with instructions to get lifetime access to the course with a discount. My email's in the description box to get in contact with me for access to the course. Also, for the Patreon supporters, I'll be doing this week's Red Pill episode number 6 later today. I ended up spending the weekend with my mom for Mother's Day, haven't seen her in a while. And even though our Gregorian calendar is a complete scam, every single day we should be showing appreciation to our mothers. I thought it would be a nice weekend to take off and make her a nice lunch yesterday, spend some time. So if you haven't already joined the Patreon and want to have access to my weekly Red Pill episode, it's my technical analysis podcast. The link to the Patreon is in the description. And you want to make sure that you join the Mastermind community membership to have access to all the previous episodes. And this one that's coming out later today will be going over Digibyte, Algorand, XLM, Stellar Lumens, Theta, and a couple others. Here's the Mastermind community membership. Has all these perks right here, including the weekly Red Pill episodes. And with that being said, let's take the Red Pill. So, weekly close is something I'm really interested in. I don't know about you guys, but I always like to start with the weekly closes on a Monday if I'm not making any videos on a weekend. And what we saw here across the board was a pretty nice weekly close. We have a new high set in the trend after having a couple of weeks of a downtrend. Let's pull up some of our exponential moving averages. Hide some of these drawings. So you see right here, the weekly close that we got yesterday, this green pill right here is above this 8 on the weekly, this 8 EMA, exponential moving average. Having a closure above that is actually very bullish. And since we've opened up this new candle, you can see we've come and back tested this pretty much. It's a good sign. Now again, if we start to have candle bodies closing below the 56,000 level, it could lead to a sharp move to the downside, and I'll get into why. One other thing I wanted to show is this 2-day. We're about to close a 2-day tonight, the 11th of May. Excuse me. We're about to close a 2-day tonight on the 11th of May, and as you can see, this yellow moving average, which is the 8 EMA, and the 21, which is this orange EMA, they're about to cross, and they're about to cross in a bullish fashion. So when this yellow gets above this orange, which will most likely happen tonight after tonight's daily closure, a new 2-day candle will open up, and this will be a really nice structure. So it'll be nice to see that cross, and then also we have this cross right here. I've been talking about it for a while now, which is this yellow crossing above this white. Again, I was making videos back here talking about we had this bearish cross, and every time you get these bearish crosses, you typically move to the downside and sideways, and after you cross them in the opposite direction, which is the yellow above the 55, the 8 above the 55 EMA on the daily, leads to continuation to the upside. So this is actually really nice that we've not only crossed it, but we've come and back tested it 1, 2, and now 3 days in a row. And also this 21 EMA, this orange moving average, you can see that we haven't quite back tested that today. There's opportunity to back test it today, but this is pretty nice to see this. Mostly because you guys have been hearing me talk about this 236 fib quite a bit, and the only reason I talk about it is because in cryptocurrency, this is the area that once you have a failure of the golden pocket, which we've seen in pretty much across the board on a lot of the cryptos that we were looking at, especially XRP and Bitcoin, when you have a failure of this golden pocket area, which is the 786 fib and the 618 Fibonacci retracement, you typically come back and backtest the 236. This is just natural. Sometimes you could backtest it in a single daily candle. I know that sounds insane, but you could have a flash crash like 11% in a single day, come backtest it and keep it moving. I'm not saying that's what will happen again. To clarify, I'm saying that's possible. TA is not about certainties. It's about what's possible. And this 236 is really normal to have a back test in that area after failing the golden pocket. So you can see we failed the 702 fib. A lot of people don't talk about this fib. I like it personally because 72 is a number that shows up with Bitcoin. And I have TA that I do for only Bitcoin, and then I have TA that I like to do for altcoins. I do them separately because altcoins are much more, they don't behave. They're very volatile. Even Bitcoin is an extremely volatile asset for people who come from Forex or come from trading, traditional stocks. But with that being said, this scenario of coming back down here is looking less and less likely. So I'm pointing more towards upside in this week than I am towards downside. And the reason being is because we are currently in the 19th week of the year. And I've been saying to everyone time and time again, that number 19 it's volatile. It causes volatility, either that be upside or downside. But the 19 connection I've been getting is with Taurus, again using a Gematria calculator. When you type in Taurus, you get this 19, and this 19 connection has been made time and time again, and I've been seeing it turn out for bullish outcomes ever since the new year has started. So last year, the year before that, the 19 year, 2019, 19 was not a good number. But now we've transitioned past the C-scam 19, and now it's a flip. So the 19 number has been working in our favor. Also, along with the 18 number has been working in our favor. 18 coming back to Venus. And again, last week was the 18th week, and we saw cryptos like Chainlink, which has the 1854-45 connection to Venus. And Chainlink was seeing new highs across the board. You see the 8145 like Venus. 8154, and this all works as above, so below, in reverse. Of course, Venus has this 27, which has the connection back to Bitcoin with the 72. These numbers work in both ways. It's really important that people just accept that. Don't really have to convince here. It's not what we're about. So, with that being said, I anticipate that once we get a couple more days sideways, leading into the 14th day of the month, we will start seeing bull trajectory. Let's look at some of our oscillators. So we have RSI actually curving downwards, which is not good. Could be good for buying opportunities, but not necessarily for longing. And then we have here, we had the the MACD cross bullish a couple days back, about 10 days ago, and it's been moving up nicely ever since. Now it's starting to get into the, it's in the positive territories pretty much by a hair on that orange moving average. So, things are actually looking okay for Bitcoin. I just suspect sideways, and as Bitcoin moves sideways, the altcoin should have a good time. But because Bitcoin right now is sort of at that make or break territory where it's been trading sideways for literally 80 days, it's time to make a move. So I anticipate, let's just say from the peak right here to, let's go 81, the 13th of May, this is when we should start seeing Bitcoin to be making moves. Again, this 81 just comes back to Venus. And that's how I roll. That's how I see it working. And ultimately into the 23rd week of the year, we might see a correction. But until then, I'm anticipating that we are looking pretty good. And I'll explain that 23 connection in tomorrow's video. So for XRP, let's move on to that. And then we're going to wrap up this video and then start our red pill episode. So XRP looking pretty good. Weekly close, we'll check that out. Try to hide all the noise. So with the weekly close, we did not get in the golden pocket. Again, you could see barely closed in the above the 618, and that is not necessarily a problem. It's just showing you that there's a lot of sell pressure in the golden pocket. So let's just like recap back here, okay? When we got this harsh sell-off, I was telling everyone like, hey, we're probably going to come up all the way as high as the 786 and get rejected. Everyone was like, literally most people were freaking out, telling me that I'm wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about. And I was saying, guys, like, this isn't my opinion. It's not my opinion. And now you're seeing it play out in reality, okay? Like, it's not my opinion. And I also don't care. Like, I don't really care what these cryptos do. Ultimately, you buy and hold, and over time, they go up. Okay, we're in a bull run. I was just telling you what is most likely to happen, and it happened exactly as such. We came up all the way, even slightly above the 786, which I've talked about would happen. It always happens. And then you come down, we're down 13% from that move. So when people were trying to FOMO in because they're like, oh, we're getting above the golden pocket, I was telling people, relax. Relax. You want to wait till you get a daily close above this, not a freaking 1 minute candle. You want to get a daily close above here to know where your direction is. Okay, so let's zoom in. Let's turn off this indicator, and you can see yesterday. So let's just back test like one at a time. Daily close in the golden pocket, day 2, day 3, day 4, but you see this is a downtrend. And then look right here, yesterday closed outside of the golden pocket. What did I tell everyone? When you get a closure outside of the golden pocket, that's a sign that this is not ready to make moves yet, and you just have to be patient. This is all about patience, and the chart gives you exactly what's going to happen next. It's not about the news or what Elon Musk's Twitter says. Like, fuck that guy, fuck him, fuck his Twitter. Get off that shit. Don't waste your time on that. The chart tells you everything you need to know. Period. So this move right here of getting above the 786, harsh rejection, pull back down even back to the zero point 0.5 fib, which you can see happened yesterday. That's actually quite normal, especially for XRP being such a volatile asset. So does this have juice to come all the way down to the 236? Let's see. So we'll pull up our moving averages. And where's our 55? Look at that. It's at 110. So I've been telling everyone, backtesting this 55 EMA is pretty normal when it comes to an altcoin, especially an altcoin that moves like XRP, which is extremely volatile. And ever since we broke out around mid-March, we haven't backtested this 55. And now that I'm seeing this 55 approaching the 236, that makes me feel very comfortable because the higher this moving average moves up into our targets, we remain bullish. And that's a good thing. We don't want what happened back here to happen again. And what happened back here, let's zoom in and I'll show you exactly how this worked. Okay? So I'm going to pull a fib from this high right here down to this swing low. Now you see we had this high around 79 cents, pulled all the way back down to this 43-cent level, and then we came all the way up to this 618. You see that candle right there, and then got rejected and had a dead cat bounce scenario. That was pretty bloody. Let's see if we could get any other conjecture. I'm going to move it from this high right here. We're going to put fibs right here. We're going to zoom in just to see what's going on here. So look at this. Blast off, double top, come back down. Look at this. All the way to the 382, failed the golden pocket, basically got to the 786, and what happened? It couldn't even hold the 236, but look at this trading range. This trading range, I'll show you how many days it lasted about until we had a breakout, 109 days. But look at how many days we traded around the 236, 71. So Literally 85% of the trading range of this whole cluster before and a continuation breakout was around the 236 fib. So this is why I'm saying this 236 fib is very normal to trade around, especially for an altcoin. It happens all the time. It's been going on with Theta. Theta has been battling the 55, and that's why it hasn't continued just yet. Theta is ready to move though. So that's what I'm going to cover in today's Red Pill episode. So today, a daily closure again below this 8 EMA would be bearish, but this 21 EMA on the daily is being an amazing support for XRP. So as long as XRP keeps holding the 21 EMA on the daily, I suspect that it could just chop right now between the 0.5 and the 786 fib, which is it's not the biggest trading range, but it is still pretty volatile. It's 15% to the downside, 20% to the upside. It's basically a 20% pocket of trading range. And this is what I would anticipate we chop around, and that would be extremely bullish. Building a lot of support in this $1.50 region is amazing for XRP, because it means when we move to the upside to the $3 range, etc., we'll be coming back to the $1.51 in the event of a harsh pullback. Last chart I'm going to check out. So we made this chart moving back around, I believe, last week, almost 2 weeks ago. And I was creating this red box territory, which is the 18th week of the year, all the way to the 20th week of the year. And then on the 24th date of May starts the 21st week of the year. And this is where I saw there might be some issues. But anyways, go back and watch those videos if you want to see what I was talking about. The long and short of it is I was saying that I'm anticipating around May 14th XRP to start creating new highs. Now, if that doesn't happen, it's all good. But this 14 number and the 15 number that we're getting have been coming back to XRP like clockwork. Again, we're having a really hard time breaking this $1.50 region to the upside. We keep gravitating back to this $1.40 and $1.50. And until we break above, I'm anticipating these are going to be the main levels that we hold. Now, we have this 14th date right here where we hit the $1.96 level. That would be textbook if we broke out again and had that new high on the 14th. And then my overall prediction target to the upside is $2.70, again, because Ripple equals 270. And then above that, I see the $3.20. And I was saying that we can see a new all-time high in June. I believe like the beginning of June would make sense for a new all-time high in XRP, but we just have to see how it goes. It would just be technically what could happen. So I'm going to leave it at that for today. Again, if anyone's looking to watch the Red Pill episode later, you can join by going to patreon.com/watersabove. It's in the description box. And to have access to the Red Pill episodes, you want to be joining the Mastermind community. And after you join that, we'll get you onboarded into our private Discord chat group. And you'll have access to my Red Pill episodes. Also, by joining this, you'll unlock a discount on my Mastermind course. And that instructions will be in the pinned comment below. That being said, enjoy the rest of your day in the Matrix. Much love.